Shalom, family. Sorry, I had some technical problems, so that was the delay, but I'm here now. I'm going to go ahead and play music so that more people can come in and then we'll get started. Shalom, family. Good to see everybody here. We're going to talk about Donald Trump back in the press for saying he wants police to have even more immunity where they can do whatever they want out here and never get in trouble for it. That's what Donald Trump is trying to do. He's trying they already got immunity like that. But I guess to him it's not enough. They need more. But see, I want y'all to know cuz I know I got diehard Donald Trump people in here. Donald Trump can't do no wrong in your eyes. But Donald Trump is a very flawed man to me. I see that's where we differ. Joe Biden is a very flawed man to me. And in my opinion, you got two weak as men running for president. You don't have no strong man. Look at what you're putting up as your front man to the entire world. All they see are two frail old men running for president. And I would see it that way too. That's what you're presenting to the world. Old, decrepit men, both with racist histories. And let's not try to act like Donald Trump don't have that. He most certainly do. And these are the two that you have to pick between. I think that's pretty lousy. But that's my opinion. So let me take you down memory lane. Some of y'all might remember this, some of you may not. Let me share my screen. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. Donald Trump was in a press conference. He was in a press conference, and this was back in 2020. And the subject of the police shooting of Black Americans came up. Donald Trump downplayed it. He tried to make it seem like, yeah, well, yeah, we know that's going on, but you know, it might be over exaggerated. He tried to downplay the killing of our men and women at the hands of the police. And I don't want to hear no, oh, that's NPR. Oh, because y'all try to play that. Oh, that's it. Oh, a Democrat. No, Donald Trump really did this. Donald Trump really did this at a time when our people were getting killed left and right. He did this. He did this at the time of George Floyd. Okay? So I know every time somebody pulls something up disparaging about Donald Trump, I notice some of y'all are very quick to dismiss it. I tell you what, if you are part of the Black community and you dismiss this, you should be disowned. You should. You should be the pariah in the community. Now, the MAGA supporters, I mean, it is what it is. They're going to do what they always do. See, they'll have the shared opinion of Donald Trump and still believe that Black men and women should go out there and vote along with them for Donald Trump. They'll have a disparaging opinion about the Black community and still have an expectation that you should still go out there and pull that lever for Donald Trump. That's the kind of madness we are dealing with. I'm never going to forget about this. That's why I'm not going to dive on Donald Trump's train, and I am definitely not diving on Joe Biden. I don't think we got a good pick at all. It's just like putting two poisonous snakes in front of us. One snake will bite you and you may die a slow death. The other snake may bite you and you die faster. At the end of the day, you're still going to die. So Donald Trump is doing what he's doing, back in the news, back out here cheerleading for the police, for them to have more immunity like they don't have enough. But this is what he's doing. So let's get into this recent story. So Donald Trump, police immunity pledge. So he is promising to give police immunity from prosecution. So he's saying to them, you can go out there and kill people. You can go on the streets and stomp them to death. You can use a pack of canines on the people and have them mauled to death by them. Hell, you can go out there with a noose. You got immunity. We ain't going to do nothing to you. He wants them to be untouchable. They're already like that. I mean, the few prosecutions that the police face, you can count on one hand per year. The vast majority of them out here will kill. The police department will investigate themselves and then tell you 2-3 weeks later there was no wrongdoing. But I guess for Donald Trump, that's not enough. That's not enough. He don't want cops to be sued for the wrongful deaths that they commit out here. He don't want them to be sued at all. This is what your man is saying. So, former President Donald made his way to, he's still going on the campaign trail. All right. He's still going around on the campaign trail. And he's talking this talk on the campaign trail. So, of course, he is saying we're going to give our police their power back. Well, who took their power away? And y'all, I want you to notice something. In no other country on this planet does the police have the power to do the things that the cops over here do. No other country allows it. If they step too far out of bound, they get in a lot of trouble, and they themselves could end up the way they did their victim. Okay. And over here, they write into laws. Just look at how wicked and evil this place is. They write into laws that you can't touch the police, and you can't sue the police, and you can't go after the police. And if they investigate and found not guilty, it's over. You can't pursue it anymore. Who the hell does that? America. That's what America does. And this is what Donald Trump is telling you. I'm going to come in, put laws in place, make sure you can't ever touch a single cop in this country, no matter what they do. We're going to give them immunity from prosecution. Between cops and prosecutors, law enforcement officers are arguably already the most powerful people in government. Yes, they are, and they shouldn't be. How the hell do you have a job, a low-level job, but they got so much power? It doesn't make any sense. So it is unclear what Trump means by them giving them back their power. His second promise, through immunity from prosecution, is more concrete and a reminder of the former president's views on the government accountability. Yeah, so Donald Trump is the kind of person that don't want to be accountable for his deeds. So of course he's going to put stuff in place that says that very same thing for whatever he favors. Oh, well, you can't prosecute the police. I gave them complete immunity. That's what he is telling you. So who's going to suffer from Donald Trump's policing policy? Nobody but the Black community. And he doesn't care. If he downplayed it back in 2020, do you think he's going to do anything less when he gets in office again? We're going to see the bodies are going to be stacking up, and he won't care. There are, however, a few problems. As president, Trump would be extremely constrained from immunizing anyone, including police officers, from prosecution, as most criminal proceedings are in state court, where his power wouldn't apply. That's BS. You can best believe if there are police chief, listen to me now, I can tell a white person wrote this. Listen to me. If there is a police chief that is a Trump supporter, he is going to use his position to give that immunity that Donald Trump is talking about. It doesn't matter if it's on the state level. It don't matter. And you can best believe, because Donald Trump favors the police, they overwhelmingly back Donald Trump. So you don't think those cops are going to do what Donald Trump said? Everybody gets all this immunity. So they'll just decide no shooting is warrant for court. And Donald Trump is going to just back him up on it. You see where he stands now. So it don't have to be on the state level. As long as people are in place that support Donald Trump, they're going to block all these lawsuits that would have come against them for whatever wrong deeds they are doing out there. So Donald Trump is going to let them open fire on the Black community and never get in trouble. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's what he's saying. Nobody gets it more than we do. That's exactly what he's saying. Okay. Wow. Derek Chauvin, for instance, who was convicted in Minnesota in the court for murdering George Floyd. After the trial concluded, he pled guilty to federal charges. Yeah, and he's been trying to fight it ever since. He's been doing appeals saying now his new thing is George Floyd died from a rare tumor, like he's some medical expert now. No, your knee didn't kill him. No, that wasn't it. It was some rare tumor. It was some fentanyl. It was, oh, he was going to die anyway. He had high blood pressure. You see the madness of what these. So even when someone is killed right in front of you, these folks will try to convince you what you saw was not a killing. He collapsed from fentanyl. What you saw with your two eyes, that's not what happened. It was a rare tumor that took him out. And ever since, you got these folks screaming and hollering, Chauvin should get out of jail. Chauvin should get out of jail. And let me also remind y'all, the Ukrainians, they were over there holding up signs saying, let Chauvin go. The Ukrainians were doing that. The Ukrainians, you know, the one that Biden keeps throwing piles of money on. That's what they were over there saying. Oh, there's some pictures of them holding up signs to free Derek Chauvin. But they would rather have those kind of people come into the country and be here in America. Mm, mm, mm. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear one of the first things that Donald Trump will be doing is putting pen to paper to make sure the cops in America can never be touched by anyone and free of any prosecution. He wants the cops and himself, because he's still going to Supreme Court trying to fight for immunity. And it's stupid because once you are no longer the president, you are a regular citizen. You are Donald Trump's citizen. Why are you running up to the Supreme Court demanding immunity unless you got crime that you don't want to have to pay for? Is that why you had 91 indictments? So this is one of the first things Donald Trump wants to do. Whatever he can do his part in pushing pen to paper to make sure these cops are like Teflon John out here, like they already aren't that, by the way. But he wants them to get even more protection. So I understand I'm going to get that Trump 2024 in the comment section. And just know that's a person that don't care about the Black community. The ones that write that mess, just know they care nothing about the Black community. And sometimes it'll be your own. Just let you know, because we got, I don't know why, but we got many men and women among us that will argue you down over Donald Trump. I don't know why. Donald Trump hasn't lifted a finger for this person doing all this yelling and screaming and arguing. He hasn't done a thing for them. What did Donald Trump do? You can't say the platinum plan because that was never signed into law. You can't say that. So what? He freed a few rappers that were jailed before he left office? Ladies and gentlemen, that's all he did. That's all he did. For the 4 years he was in there, that's all he did. He exonerated and got a few rappers out of jail. Other than that, this man literally did nothing for the Black community. And then people, oh, well, we didn't have all this inflation and we didn't have this and what. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And let me also remind you, even if Trump gets in office, he can't clear up this inflation overnight. You may still be going through more years of inflation before you see any change. That's if you see any change. You may not see none. Donald Trump can't turn this around overnight. So you're still going to be dealing with this inflation. I didn't you Jax, do you understand English? The story is about Donald Trump. If the story was about Joe Biden, I'd be talking about Joe Biden. Get the hell out of here. The story is about Donald Trump. If you want some disparaging story about Joe Biden, send it to me. I'll do it because I don't give a shit about Biden and I don't give a shit about Trump. I don't care about either one of them. Some of y'all act like this man raised you and paid your way through life. That's how you defend him. Donald Trump ain't do squat for you, you Jack. And he ain't gonna do nothing for you when he get in office the next time. Stop being silly. I can't stand Joe Biden. I can't stand him. And I don't like Donald Trump either. I don't like either one of these men. I think America is getting screwed over in this presidential election. I really do. I think you're getting screwed over. And here you got both men. Neither one are talking about reparations. Neither one are talking about a crime bill, but no, both of them are talking about, the police and more immunity. They're both talking like that. And Donald Trump is not saying, I'm going to sit down and maybe we'll revise qualified immunity. Nothing from either side. Nothing from either side. One thing I do know, when it comes down to reparations, both the Democrats and the Republicans are on the same page. And that page says they don't want us to have it. That's one thing they are in definite agreement on. Neither one wants us to have reparations. They won't discuss it. Both are out on the campaign trail. In fact, they're not even talking about the Black community. Donald Trump ain't talking about the Black community. Joe Biden, go pull up their speeches recently on the campaign trail. They're not talking about us. Donald Trump was just in New Jersey this past weekend. He didn't bring the Black community up at all. They don't care about us. Mm-mm. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you for being here. I really enjoy our time. Oh, and so many people wrote me about the hair oil. It will be going back up on Etsy later on today, and it will go up on Walmart on Friday. All right. So it is coming. I've been getting so many inquiries. I just sent out a bunch of orders from PayPal and Cash App. Only one person so far paid and forgot to give me their address. And I just hope they realize it really soon. I hope they realize it. I even sent them money on Cash App with the message, you did not send me your address, and I still haven't heard from them. So I hope they get back to me soon. I got everything ready to go out. So all you got to do is give me your address. Please remember to do that if you decide to use Cash App or PayPal. Please make sure you go to admin at 12 tribesonearthlimited.com. Please send that address. If you don't, I'll be sitting here with your package and it won't be at your house where it should be. All right, everybody. We'll do this again tomorrow on a different topic. Shalom, family.